Yes? Huh? Got something to say?
Only if I can help it. But damn if I ain't almost sober. Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of Argonian ale. The good stuff. Get it for me. They won't even know it's gone. Come on. Then we got nothing more to talk about. Sure, whatever.
Wait, I know you. Until next time.
Got something to say?
Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over. I enjoy... What can I get you? Let's sate that appetite, hmm? I assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District? It's part of the Temple of Kinnareth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect. People say there is someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that? The companions? In Jorrvaskr? They're recruiting new members from what I hear. Magic is for the weak. Elves, I mean. They keep to that college in Winterhold. They know their place. Of course, there is Farengar. He might be the Jarl's wizard, but at least he's a Nord. Need anything else? Just let me know.
The guards in this city are all lazy and undisciplined. Things need to change.
If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them, they're got. Sure. What can I do for you? Only true Imperials request that one. I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me. I'm a bard, trained at the Bard's College in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying. There's a whole college up in Solitude where they teach the arts. Song, lute playing, poetry. I studied there myself. Had to leave over a misunderstanding with a headmistress. Well, more a misunderstanding with her husband. Some parting advice? Women love sonnets.
Want to hear a little Nord wisdom? You don't really know a woman till you had a strong drink and a fist fight with her. Think you can go blade to blade with me? You'd be dead in 6 seconds. The heat of the battle is the fire that forges the strongest blades. It's an old Nord proverb. That, and a true Nord never misses a chance to test her worth. Good. Chat time's over.
Come to a love of her reading, did you? Sorry, pup, but I'm not quite in the mood.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Mikhail's son. How about some
Depends.
Biblical?
Are you thirsty?
You know,
Hungry?
There's
Both.
this lovely Argonian ballad I've been studying.
You trying to scare
Now
off the
please,
customers,
no more
son?
questions.
Lively. Keep it lively.
All right, all right. How about the gutter snipe?
Well, that's not bad.
Huh?
But I was thinking Mogo's mead really gets the place moving.
Ah, an excellent.
If you need more food or drink, speak to Hulda. Mind your manners and pay your bills, and you'll always be welcome. Need something?
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is.
If it's a lady you're looking for, you best look elsewhere. Once Mikhail gets them, they're got.
Maybe some other time I'll reveal your destiny. Come to Olava for a reading, did you? Sorry, pup, but I'm not quite in the mood.
Pickpocket! We've got a pickpocket! What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman? I miss the days when the Greymanes and Battleborns got along. Ever since the war started, we've been at each other's throats.
I can't stand those braggart Battleborns. I can tell you're new around here asking a question like that. My husband Eorland tends the Skyforge up at Jorrvaskr, the Companion's Mead Hall. Oh, there's no finer smith in the Nine Halls. You should ask him about his work. It's the only subject that'll get him talking. Well, that and maybe those stuck-up, dung-sniffing Battleborns. Head up the steps from the market and look to your right. Can't miss it. You take care of yourself now.
tried mercenary work? Might suit you.
Tense, what are you looking
please.
at? I'm not
I really
afraid.
don't have any money, Brave.
Even if you are
I'll
my
give
elder.
you It's no fun getting pushed around all the time. Well, I used to sneak out at night and try to tip over the big ox in the Greymane's yard. And me and Mila used to climb up on the roof of Dragonsreach and look for birds' eggs. But I don't do that stuff anymore. Father keeps catching me and then I get in trouble. Bye.
Boys, girls, dogs, elders. There's nobody I won't fight. I work with my mother, sell fruits and vegetables. It's fun most days. Did you know there are some fruits that actually grow better in the cold weather? You'd be surprised how much work it is selling things at a stall. It's not all standing around and chatting.
Well met, Traveler. What brings you to Whiterun? Ah, so it's gold you're after then. You need only ask about it. Plenty of folk in Whiterun with too much fat and gold to be bothered doing anything for themselves. Ain't sure if they're taking on new members, but you should talk to the companions. They're over in their hall, Jorrvaskr. If by work, you mean testing your steel in bloody battle. May your sword be sharp. And your tongue sharper.
There's a rift here in Skyrim, and can't neither magic nor the passing of time make it right. Can you believe those pathetic Greymanes still show their face in public?
It's a shame, isn't it? The Gildergreen, yes. It's a bit of an eyesore at the moment. More of a problem for the pilgrims than for me, but not many of them around anymore. To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it, not with any normal metal. If you want to help, you'll need something to cut into it first. You'll have to deal with the Hagravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Your spirit is strong. Kinareth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
Wait, I know you.
Could you spare a coin? Just 1 gold? Oh, thank you. Divines, bless your kind heart. It's what Brennan said I should do. He's the only one that's been nice to me since Mama. Since she died. My aunt and uncle took over our farm and threw me out. Said I wasn't good for anything. I wound up here, but I don't know what to do. I miss her so much. Really? Do you have a place I could live? Oh, well. Thanks anyway, I suppose.
Brigands I can handle. With this talk of dragons, world gone mad, I say.
Today, they take away your faith. But what of tomorrow?
I ain't done nothing.
To the elves, You have come. You have come to hear the word of Talos. Hello, my friend. If you seek knowledge about mighty Talos, you have most certainly come to the right person. In mortal life, Talos was a Nord, possessed of unmatched tactical skill, limitless wisdom, and the power to see into men's hearts. Talos mastered the power of the voice, and with it he united the lands of men into a great empire. In southern lands, he was known by the name Tiber Septim. Here in Skyrim, we honor him by his proper Nord name. So great was his reign in life. When he ascended to the heavens, he was made Lord of the Divines. If you want to know more, I'm sure you can find any number of tomes on the subject. Because the so-called Emperor is a coward. That's right! I said coward! Oh, yes. He agreed to banish the worship of Talos at the tip of an Aldmeri sword. They called it the White Gold Concordat. Well, I call it blasphemy. A true son of the Empire would never have turned his back on our greatest hero. Not at any price. Well, let me tell you something, friend. Cyrodiil is a long way from here, and in Skyrim, we will never forsake mighty Talos. Let them come. I have no fear, for Talos is my ally, and I am his prophet. His word is upon my lips, his voice in my throat. And what does the Empire do? Nothing! Nay, worse than nothing! The Imperial machine in Elmore against its own people!
Two at it again? Just keep moving. You'll wear them out.
Hey, watch it!
You're pathetic!
12 septims on the girl. Look at that speed. Always good to see him go. When the Empire surrendered to the Aldmeri Dominion, they shamed us all.
I'm a warrior, not a blacksmith.
Can't you just tell me if the grip is bad?
If Eorland made it, it's more likely you're gripping it wrong. Find me tomorrow and we can go over it.
We Greymanes have been feuding with the Battleborns for years. We've got an old saying. The Greymanes have lived in Whiterun since the first snows fell in Skyrim. Well, maybe that's not entirely true. But our clan's got a long and proud history in this old. We respect the old ways, the Nord ways, and the Greymane has worked the Skyforge since before the time of my grandfather's father. Aye, We used to be fast friends, though it was long ago. We were two of the city's oldest and most respected clans, and we could trace our histories all the way back to Ysgramor's companions. But then Ulfred got rich and decided he and his kin were too good for us simple, backwards Nord folk. When the Troubles began, he took the Empire's side. We haven't spoken much since then.
Heard you had a bit of trouble near Solitude last week.
No, they used to be
Just those
something.
same ruffians I was running in
Nowadays,
for the
they just
Shadow
squabble
Shields.
amongst themselves.
So much wasted breath. in
Take
that
my
room.
advice and keep away.
Imagine
You
if
look
you're
too
just
smart to
standing
get
your
caught
ground
up
and
with this
tire
bunch.
themselves out.
I'm telling
Well,
you,
when
it
you get to
works.
be my
Let them
age, you
wring
don't
their own
remember
ears on my
why you
shield,
did much of
then
anything.
Scoop them up off the ground.
Only that
All
it
different means
happened.
to glory, Stonearm. Well done.
Aye, they're an old clan like ours. But they cast their lot with the Empire when the uprising began. Ulfred Battleborn made his money from farming and got himself some new friends among the Empire's nobles. Now he's in the Emperor's pocket like the rest of them, with no regard for honor and tradition. I was done talking anyway.
Yeah. What now? Are you looking to join? I wouldn't get your hopes up. The short answer is, we fight. The long answer is, forget it. You're not worth my time. You don't just waddle in here and get to speak to the boss. Who do you think you are? If you want to embarrass yourself, I won't stop you. Kodlak is the Harbinger. He's the closest thing you'll find to a leader around here. So I wouldn't have to answer stupid questions from idiots. All right, then.
Haven't seen your face before. I'm watching you. You again. None of our business. There's no honor to be had in the squabbling of Jarls. So you think you have what it takes? Huh. Lucky for you, I'm not the one who makes that decision. Talk to Kodlak. Who knows? Maybe he's in a generous mood. Until next time.
Ah, fresh blood. Hope you know how to handle yourself.
I haven't seen
Need
you
something.
before, have I?
My brother
Have
Vilkas
we
is
met?
a better talker
I'm
than me.
sorry if I
He should
forgot.
be around someplace.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker. Ysgramor himself wouldn't have the patience to deal with all the rabble around here. Mm-hmm.
What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm just a servant, dear. You want to talk to one of the companions, I'm sure.
I'd be dead if not for Vignor. He took me in and helped me turn my life around.
I've been tending to the warriors of Jorrvaskr. I see everything, hear everything, and know everything. A good bunch of men and women who make too much a mess, if you ask me. Goodbye, dear. Well, hello.
Yes, yes, I haven't got all day.
But I still hear the call of the blood.
We all do. It is our burden to bear. But we can overcome.
You have my brother and I, obviously.
A stranger comes to our hall. Would you now? Here, let me have a look at you. Yes, perhaps. A certain strength of spirit.
Master, you're not truly considering accepting him.
I am nobody's master, Vilkas. And last I checked, we had some empty beds in Jorrvaskr for those with a fire burning in their heart.
Apologies. But perhaps this isn't the time. I've never even heard of this outsider.
Sometimes the famous come to us. Sometimes men and women come to us to seek their fame. It makes no difference. What matters is their heart.
And their arm.
Of course. How are you in battle, boy? That may be so. This is Vilkas. He will test your arm. Vilkas, take him out to the yard and see what he can do.
Aye. Not here. Out in the yard. Come on.
What now?
If Ysgramor himself wouldn't have the patience to deal with all the rabble around here. Need something?
When the Empire surrendered to the Altmerry Dominion, they shaved.
The old man said to have a look.
This is a place for warriors, New Blood. What brings you?
Let's do this. Just have a few swings at me so I can see your form. Don't worry, I can take it.
You don't belong here. What do you think you have to offer?
I could take him.
Pretty good arm you have there. Not bad. Next time won't be so easy. You might just make it. But for now, you're still a whelp to us, New Blood. So you do what we tell you. Here's my sword. Go take it up to Jorland to have it sharpened. And be careful. It's probably worth more than you are.
And deserve our praise you do, for we are one.
Wait, I know you.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Ain't nobody high and mighty in these halls, except in the Jarl. And don't you forget. Don't you go tracking your dirty boots on my clean floor.
If my cleaning gets in your way, just say the word and I'll be off.
Well, there's no telling what that means. My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Who's this then?
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? By Ysmir, Irileth was right. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
It's a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I've found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. You are eager to begin your adventure. Excellent. The sooner begun, the sooner done, eh? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me. That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim. Come to Dragonsreach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors? Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. I'll put it simply so you'll understand. I advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.